tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah. We're back for another one. Hey guys, welcome back to another Nashville AfterBuzz TV show. This is season 3, episode 19, called The Storm Has Just Begun. I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens, and you can follow me on Twitter at JJ Jurgens, and I'm joined here by these two lovely ladies.
Hi guys, I'm Keetin Marchi, and you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Keetin Marchi.
And I'm at Southern_Wit. I mean, my name's Whitney Lane, but you can follow me at Southern_Wit.
And we are all very excited because we have a very special guest in the house tonight. The doctor is making an AfterBuzz house call.
That's what I do.
We have Nick Jandl, who plays the role of Dr. Caleb Rand.
How's it going, guys?
Where can they tweet you to keep up with all this
Find
good
me
stuff?
at Nick Jandl on Twitter and Nick_Jandl on Instagram.
And make sure to hashtag ABTV Nashville so we know what y'all want to hear and what you're saying and what you're thinking.
Yes, and if you haven't gone on yet, subscribe. We have tons of shows. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. You can follow, join in on all the conversations. We only have a few episodes left, and this is just getting super intense. So get on there. We want to hear what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. But since it was such a great episode, and we had so much fun watching with you, let's just dive right in. Let's start out talking about Teddy's big gala.
Oh, we had the great Teddy that I love, the sweet, nice family man Teddy, who's co-parenting in a wonderful way, getting along with everybody, doing a charity event that he's actually going to give the money to the good cause. I'm like, this is the Teddy I want to see, but we know the evil Teddy is there, and it's going to come back and haunt us, and I'm very sad about when that's going to come.
I'm really confused as to why that hasn't happened, though. That was like
why he hasn't
been arrested.
Got in trouble.
Yeah.
They're building the case, I think, right?
Is that right? I mean, they got him. It's just like, oh.
It was weird because we see at the end of last episode the FBI,
Right.
So we thought we'd get, totally.
I was like, he's gone. Dude's in prison.
But from like, you got to make sure you have all your ducks in the row before you confront
actually
the guy.
go for him. Yeah.
And I'm
actually, then you could lose him.
and it's actually okay because we got a lot of time to kind of see some of the other storylines building up in this episode. So.
Yeah. I love watching Daphne sing. I mean, her real name in real life is Macy.
Right.
Yeah. She is so
amazing.
They steal it every single time, I think.
She's amazing. And her and Luke were actually good together. Daphne and Luke.
So their song was Have a Little Faith in Me. And I think we all got goosebumps, like, listening to that one.
She's precious.
I'm so glad they finally let her sing by herself. You know, we've been able to see Maddie sing by herself at times and kind of have her star moment. So I'm so happy they let Daphne do this. And for being as young as she is and to be able to command not only a stage but a screen the way she does, I mean, girl.
She's the most precocious, rambunctious, like mature little kid. It's amazing. Like in between takes and when she's doing it, like she has it all together. It's remarkable. I feel like the immature one around her.
I love it. I love it. What's also is not only is she a great singer, but just her acting is so amazing as well. The scene when she's in in bed, Teddy's tucking her in, and she asks to stay with him. Like it was so touching.
That's the thing, because you can see it in her eyes this episode where she feels kind of left out and kind of removed from the family that she's always known. And Deacon's not her dad, and she's like not a part of this really. And it's almost sad because you also grow up with your older sister being like, oh, we're two peas in a pod, and it feels like she's kind of separating from that. So Daphne needs a little more focus on her, I think. It's time. She's the baby in the family.
I know, and she doesn't. Maddie's the one who acts like the baby. Maddie's always Miss Pouty, bitchy girl.
In her defense, she's had a lot on her plate.
She has.
Be honest here.
She has.
She's been dealing with a little bit, and she's like in the throes of teenage.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
True
hard.
story. Like the doctor comes in and defends.
Yes,
well, when you're going through puberty, these are the reactions that usually.
Well, speaking of people acting like babies, let's go ahead and talk about Juliette and her tantrum that she throws at the.
I love it. I love seeing her like that. I don't care. I mean, I used to be like, come on, girl, get it together. But sometimes it's fun just to see her act like such a diva.
But she's also, I think she represents like the honesty that a lot of us like she speaks honestly all the time, right? And I think we all wish that we could do that.
She has no filter.
She's totally afraid of losing her fame right now, though, of being irrelevant, and which is that's valid. I mean, she's so famous. She's out of the spotlight for a while. She wants to be back in it and feel like she's not losing out to other people. I get it, but it's so funny because she hates Layla Grant. She hates Jade St. John.
And we talked about it before when we were watching it together, but I guess the last podcast we didn't say it on air, that we did realize she was going through postpartum depression. It's probably some of the issues that she's dealing with.
I'm not a specialist in that, so I cannot.
I was going to ask.
Doctor, can you fill us in on that?
I'm gonna
if you had to make a guess, would you think that that's possibly what's going on here?
I think it looks like
Well,
it.
yeah, she won't hold her baby now at this point. You saw kind of, there's a lot,
She gets these angry, scary faces, and I'm like, okay, that plastic baby, I'm worried for it. Again with the close-ups of the plastic baby. I'm over it, you guys. If you're gonna use a fake baby, fine. I get it. It's really expensive to bring a real baby on set.
Was it American Sniper that had
one
that was
so
pretty
bad.
notorious?
That was pretty notoriously bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, let's start stepping up our fake baby things.
Those are expensive, I think.
Yeah, real
like
ones?
maybe, I don't know, do they make them robotic? Can they make
that one's definitely not
does this work?
robotic. That one's just
some of
straight
those
up
are
plastic.
very, very expensive.
but that one's straight
There's a
chill.
whole industry.
Yeah, that one just kind of.
There's a fake baby industry out there.
Wrap the head up a little bit, you know?
I don't
Swaddle
know.
it a little bit
Just
more.
don't close up on the fake baby. Or
it's
one
bad.
day, just bring in a real baby just for one day and just get all the close-up shots. And then the rest of the time when you do the wide shots, use the fake baby.
I think it's kind of hard for them too because they just kind of set her down, like you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
There's
there's
not
no
really
weight.
like it's just like
There was a
great. Okay,
suspicious lack of noise in this
Right,
from this
that's
baby
the
this
thing.
episode. He was
That's the
like
thing.
silent. Not a peep.
Right.
Great baby. Great baby.
Yeah.
Still sharing that mind. I totally
Where
did the
can you
same
get
thing.
one of those?
Yeah.
And Juliet's complaining about this baby that doesn't cry or really do anything.
I feel like maybe she's just being selfish. I don't think she's in the throes of like something bad's gonna happen to the kid. I think it's just like right now she wants to focus on herself. I don't know. We haven't seen complete like the side effects or whatever of postpartum depression yet. I think she just doesn't want to have anything to do with the kid because she wants to have her career. But poor Avery, man. That's a good dude, and he's struggling.
Well, we see the tear at the very end in the bed. You know?
Single tear.
Yeah, single.
But what is that about? Was it just what he spoke to her about, saying like, you know, I know you want to get back to this and we'll figure out a way. I don't know.
I didn't feel like, because I wanted to believe,
Loneliness.
I wanted to believe that it was just like, I'm emotional, but things are going to be okay now because we talked about it, but that's not the feeling I got at all. I felt like there was still this distance in bed and she was still like they talked about being together and not fighting and getting through it, but I just felt like she really is not there yet.
There's some resentment, I think, and a lot of anxiety.
And I think it's towards the baby. I don't think it's towards Avery, because you see with her and Avery, she's like, oh, Avery, like, you know, da, 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 and she only yells at him when he brings up the baby. So I definitely think it's the baby. It's a postpartum.
It's a bit of a quarter life crisis.
Yeah, and I think part of it is
25,
her mom and her not opening up right now about how she grew up and like isn't really sure how to be a mom. You know what I mean? Like her mom was crazy. And I feel like that's something she also has to be like, okay, I've got to really like focus on that and be conscientious, because otherwise, who knows? She's a crazy.
Well, let's talk about how, so Avery makes the decision to bring his mom in to help him out a little bit.
I was worried about that at first, but I thought she was great, because they always tell you not to tell your parents what's going on in your relationships, because
Really?
I've heard this, because they side, like at least in marriages, because they side with you because you're their kid, and they're like, oh, well, they shouldn't be doing that, you know, saying things like that. But she was the devil's advocate, and I appreciate that, because she was like, see it from her side, and so that was good. I think she was actually a good person to be there.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I coming from a woman's perspective, I think it was good. And also because she doesn't have a history of a very good relationship with Juliette, although she was the one who stood up for her. But like, you know,
It's
Avery's
growing,
parents weren't super excited about the whole situation, so it's nice to see that they are there, like, you know, you deal with the situation and you need to understand where Juliette's coming from.
Plus, she's been through it. As like, I mean, you want to take advice from people who have been married for however many years, you know? Like, they know it's ups and downs, so you have to work on it, and that's basically what she told her son. So I thought it was good advice.
How was it for you working with Hayden on set?
You know, we haven't overlapped much at all, but she's so much fun. Like every time you're around her, she like the energy just comes off her. It's incredible and it's infectious. She's an absolute sweetheart. But our scenes together have been minimal or non-existent.
Yeah, I don't remember if there was like one concert or something.
I was thinking when she had the baby, but I guess not, huh? No, because you weren't even in. That's a different.
Maybe future episodes.
Maybe.
We shall see.
Speaking of Hayden, for some reason this week I watched Bring It On, the one that she's in, and she is so good, and she's been so good for so long. It makes me so happy that she's able to have such a fun role as Juliet. And
she just goes all out every time.
Yeah, she's so good.
She leaves it on. It's great.
Yeah,
and she's been doing it since she was a kid, like a baby herself. So it's fun to see. Fun to see
a non-fake baby.
Non-fake,
really animated baby.
Really real. See, and why are they just using her baby? She's got a baby.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that to my kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. And her baby's a giant because her husband is a giant.
Her baby ought to be out of that crib already,
her
like
baby's
walking
probably
around.
Half the size between the two of them.
Right. Oh, how funny.
6 foot tall baby.
No, she's good though. She's getting really great in these last few episodes. I'm excited.
And it looks like next week we're gonna get to see her sing,
which I can't wait for. That's my favorite with her. She's
been a
so
while.
good.
Yeah, people have been missing her.
She's a great
back.
because she's actually like commands the stage. You know, she's like a performer, so it's fun to watch that.
That's who Daphne reminds me of. Maisie is like when Hayden Panettiere was young. She could do anything. And I bet you,
Well, she's learning from the best, huh?
Yes, she is. Yes, Another great performer on the show. We have more scenes with Jade.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the Layla and Jade. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about her. I mean, obviously she's an amazing singer, but I'm kind of over this role. Like, get her out. I want Juliette to have the spotlight. I don't care about Jade St. John.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
Christina, you're
for real.
I don't know.
You obviously
It's not about Christina getting her
out. You
out.
are Team Brittany.
I do love Brit.
I understand.
Southern girl like me.
My friend told me I got to give a shout out to my friend Mary Sella, who I went to school with, and she had the funniest idea from. She was like, every time you see Christina on set, you just walk by and whisper, "It's Brittany, bitch." If craft services,
She'd be like,
anytime, just like drop it as you walk by.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Good job, Mary Sella. Thank
Yes, I
Good
love
one.
that.
Yeah.
Good one.
But she's done, right? Christina's wrapped, so I don't know. It'll have to be on the streets of LA, I guess, that I do it.
You'll get
Hey,
it.
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
The Voice shoots at Universal, so that's,
There you
go.
go.
Noted.
I thought Christina looked so beautiful this episode. I really, it's kind of strange to see her toned down with makeup, and she's so pretty, and you forget what she kind of really looks like. I mean, the last time I feel like I saw her in like kind of looking like this was when she was in Burlesque, a very kind of matte makeup and kind of trying to not be this crazy pop star because she's trying to obviously shy away from that. But you know, I think I enjoyed her, and I enjoyed her going up against Juliet and then sticking up for Layla. It was kind of nice to see her play kind of this like knight almost.
But
for Layla.
$500,000, give me a break, girl. Like, you don't give a crap about this girl. She's doing it for herself. $500,000, you're crazy.
No, she's doing it because she's not doing. Yeah,
she's trying to get in.
She's trying to get in. But I think she also does truly see a little bit of herself in Layla, and I think she feels like she can use Layla to control Jeff, which she wants that control back with Jeff now that he's back in her life.
I have to say, I think Jeff is. There's going to be something that comes out from him that I think we're going to side with him completely. I feel like she treated him like, I don't know. He's not saying it. He's not being open about it, but he is saying she just uses people until she doesn't need them anymore. There's something that happened, and I want to know.
Go ahead.
Is he the dark horse? You know, like, is he going to be the nicest guy ever by the end of the season?
I don't know about
JJ
that.
hopes he is.
But
JJ
I do
loves
think
him.
that I think something really, he knows a lot, and I want to know because there's some reason that she's not going to be on the show except for a few episodes, and I feel like he's got some insight into that. Yeah,
I totally agree. I think he's going to stir something up because I think if it was just she dumped him for a more well-known artist, I don't think he'd be this bitter about it. But just those looks all episode, there was definitely more.
I know. I can't wait to find out.
It's
That'll
like
be good.
his no answers. Yeah, I'm ready for that too.
Although who knows? At this point, her and Luke, I mean, pulling him into that bedroom.
We called that one. Yep.
Again.
No, I'm sorry. That was the most cringe-worthy part.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
that's what I wanted to ask. Okay, so what posters did you ladies have on your walls?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, maybe?
Yeah, JJ!
Man, taking it back. Taking it back.
And did you kiss the posters on the wall?
Sure
ever?
did not, and I would never
no.
say that if
No.
I did.
Wait, do you know who I had instead of JTT? I had a like literal shrine of Orlando Bloom. I had this
really?
whole wall of just different Orlando Bloom posters. I was obsessed with him, and then he kind of just started only getting the roles of like kind of. I saw him in Troy, and I was like, oh,
I think it
you're
was also,
Paris,
like-
and he's like a terrible human being.
I think it was boy bands too. I think I was more NSYNC than Backstreet Boys. I can't remember. You know, they're just
liked
both
Nick
so good.
I was a Nick fan though.
for
Was that
sure.
a rivalry, or could you like
It was
both?
definitely.
No,
I liked both.
Did you have to choose sides?
you did.
Yeah.
did.
You did.
You did.
Were you in sync?
I was.
I was in sync too, but I told
I still
everybody
like
I was
Nick Carter.
Backstreet. Yeah, I liked Nick Carter a lot. Yeah.
What
yeah.
you gonna do?
I hate to admit mine, but one of mine, I was Tom Cruise, and
Yeah.
I was Kirk Cameron. And me and my best
Really?
friend did actually kiss our Kirk Cameron posters before we went to bed one night at a little slumber party
That's a real
sleepover.
thing.
I love
That's
it.
a real thing.
I don't think I ever kissed Orlando. I don't know. What about you? Any
Yeah.
Crush you have
besides
a-
Orlando and
besides
NSYNC?
Orlando? Besides
mean,
Orlando.
You know what? I've been thinking for the last couple minutes that you've been talking about your posters, and I was like, I shouldn't say this, but I
you
feel like
should.
it's
Yes,
my
you should.
duty to say this.
Yeah.
Especially since Christina's on the show, it wasn't her.
Brittany.
Brittany.
And you like the
I
little schoolgirl outfit, didn't you?
It was on the
Probably.
back. It was on my door.
Yeah.
I hope my family's listening. 'Cause, like,
Did you kiss
no,
her?
not
Did you
on the outside of the door, on the inside of the door, which is
Oh,
way
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Guys. This was
definitely.
my private thing,
For
okay?
sure.
You should
We
stop.
won't ask any
Because when
more
you
questions
open the
about that
door,
one.
you can't see it.
Oh, it's a secret. I think my
No.
brother had
It-
a Britney. He stole the Britney Spears poster from my CD, from my Oops, I Did It Again CD, and put it on his door.
Say
Like,
what you
so
will,
pissed
it was
at
a
him.
beautiful
I
photograph.
would not doubt.
Airbrushed or not, it was.
Back
True
then,
that.
back
I
then
mean-
she was not airbrushed. She just looked good.
Brit-
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
she-
Sorry, Brittany.
she really did.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
Take it back.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, yeah, I had to
there
ask
were
that
other
one.
posters,
But
but
speaking of the
Yeah.
moment in Nashville, I was cringing. Literally,
Yes.
like, please, don't tell him you kissed it. I don't know. It was so awkward.
was
And then the
gross.
kiss was just like,
he made it work though. He
There's no
spun. He turned that
chemistry.
line around and said, "You want the real
He
thing?"
did, but it was like,
That's smooth. Smooth.
No chemistry between
I would
the
have
two.
ruined that moment.
They're both trying. I really honestly feel like they're both just trying to use each other for fame. I feel like they're
Really? I
both
don't
playing the same game with each other.
I think he
can't-
looks
likes
over
her.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants the fame. I mean, he's there.
Well, he's gonna get burned.
Although it's quick because
He
we
just
were
got
saying
burned.
he just liked Sadie, and that
Maybe he just wants a little something, something right now, you guys.
I liked him and Sadie together better than
I
this
did- I did
little
too.
duo.
Yeah. Sadie dealing with a lot though. We got
yeah, she's gonna be gone for a while.
Oh, I like Sadie.
Yes.
Pete dead. She out.
Whitney, he is. He did. She out. Moving on. JJ, what's next?
All right, so let's talk about cute Will.
Yeah, this was a much
Yes.
better moment. These two together versus the others.
Yeah.
Well,
My heart broke for him though because I just thought he's struggling with so much, and then he just gets out of bed with the guy that he's now falling in love with, and he says he's bringing a date to this event. I'm like, that's just a lot in your face right away.
I think this was the point, though. I think that was his moment for him to say, actually, I do care. Don't bring him, which took him a while to say. He eventually did, but
Yeah.
I think Kevin was sitting there, like, waiting on that, because then he's like, oh, no, I don't care. And you can kind of see his face, like, oh,
Yeah.
we're playing those games right now.
Still, that's ballsy. Because, like, for
It
Kevin
is.
to do that, he
It
knows
is.
what Will's going through. And
I
I mean, like,
know.
I'm going to put him in that position this early in
That's
his
true.
journey.
Yeah.
It's
But
true.
That's
I
tough.
think that,
Totally.
but I think that's why Kevin is so good for him is because Kevin obviously went through something very similar, and he knows what he's going to need help with, like kind of help baby steps through, and he also knows the decisions that he's going to need to make by himself to go on this journey. So I think this was a great kind of step that Kevin allowed him to make on his own, and decision he made on his own. And I just think they're so cute. I love them.
I totally agree with you, but I think it's one thing to say, hey, I'm going to date other people until you come around and decide what you want. I think it's a completely different thing to bring him to the event that he's going to be at and have that right in his
But
face
he
and
had-
have him, you know,
A month in
do it.
advance.
in advance, which makes sense.
What can you do?
And he was very upfront and honest about it.
And he can't tell Brad, Chad.
Kevin's an opportunist. He's like, I'm going to go home with one of these guys.
Yeah.
So,
But you know, he
know.
can't tell Chad, Brad, whatever the name is, like, sorry, I can't take you because I'm seeing this guy,
Yeah.
Will Lexington, who's not out, and you know what I mean? What's he gonna say? Sorry, you
True.
can't come, but I'm not taking anybody else.
He was going to take this guy regardless,
Yeah.
and I think that's why he was like, hey, so I asked this guy like over a month ago, just know
Yeah.
I'm bringing somebody tonight. But like, again, they weren't like making out or anything or being in,
I'm sorry, yeah, Chad has nothing on Will.
I think we need to know
Yeah.
what Chad's story is. Whoever Chad is. Wherever Chad is.
Brad, you mean? Oh, no, Chad?
Brad Chad.
Brad Chad.
Brad Chad is out.
Again,
no more.
Yeah, no more.
I think Chris Carmack is just doing such a great job. I thought his scene on the doorstep, you could just see all the nerves and the anguish and the you could just see him going through all of it. I thought it was awesome.
And when Jeff obviously knows what's happening, you can see Will be like, I
wonder what their takes are like. Anything with in between with those three guys, because I have a feeling they're all just giving each other crap and having so much fun.
So we can talk more about this later, but we had the rap party this past Saturday, and they showed the most epic blooper reel. It was like 10, 15 minutes long, and there was some gold in there.
I wish they'd show that to the
fans
because that stuff is good.
It'll be the other ones are on YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
They are?
And they're on the DVDs.
Oh, so, DVDs, that makes sense.
Seasons 1 and 2, yeah.
We need to check those out.
Did you make the blooper reel?
I did.
Does
some
that just
made
feel
it that
good?
I'd forgotten about, and some didn't make it that I
What were some of them?
Yeah, I want to know.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Like Claire Bowen and I, we have a lot of fun, but we have this thing with fart jokes, so so we'll just every now and then just try to wreck each other's take, just make a little noise or something.
Oh, that's funny.
So there were a couple of those, but it was Oliver and Luke, not Luke, sorry, Will.
I was so confused.
We do it all the time.
So Oliver,
so Will Chase and Oliver Hudson,
Luke,
right.
and Jeff.
Right.
Had the most romantic moment of the season. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It was incredible.
Really?
It was
They're
incredible.
like buddies. They do viewing parties and stuff.
Well,
that's kind of fun.
Maybe you won't even make the cut of blooper reel. Gosh.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
that was
You're
a
gonna
cast
have to
only
tell us.
Was
moment.
there nudity involved?
No, they kept it gentlemanly.
They kept it classy. They're both classy men. They are.
Yeah.
They are. You got to give it to them.
It was epic.
Okay, tease.
Yeah,
What a
tease.
tease.
It's gonna be a lot of that tonight.
But yes, Kevin and Will, very cute.
Anything else on them? Nope. Good. All right. Well, let's go to.
Nope. Good.
The sad,
Our transitions tonight.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Deacon. You are just the bearer of bad news.
It's
all
my
night.
job, guys. It's my job.
The ups and downs, man. That's hard for anybody dealing with something like that. Because you might think, oh, yeah, I'm in remission. And then it's oh, maybe not. That's hard.
It is.
And
I was talking to I got a couple doctors in my family, and I talked to other ones too. And it's you get a feel for what it takes to learn how to talk to people like that, because you don't get a lot of that in med school. I think you get some of that, but they should build it in even more. I think because especially when it's someone and someone you have a personal connection with, like it's my girlfriend's uncle. That's a tough line to walk.
God, and I think that separates a good doctor from a great doctor. And I do feel like even
Which
though
one am I?
I think you're a great doctor because
Yes, good
I got really mad at you the first
what
time
she
you
said
came in
last
and said
week.
we had a problem.
Can I just call y'all out right now because By the way, well, I just said y'all, which is weird. I didn't say that.
I knew
I did my homework on you guys. I did some recon, and I'm clearly sitting with Team Gunner here. So
You are.
we're gonna have to work on that by the end of this.
Oh, yes.
Again, you're
I'm
invited.
fine. I'll embrace the challenge. But
Yeah, we admitted it though. You said you were gonna turn us to the other side, so
it's okay.
we're open.
It's okay. You guys will see the light.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you
Just
know what you
saying.
might have to do to win us over?
What's that?
You might have to sing a little bit.
Yeah, you might have to sing because Gunner
But I
sings
know
for
that you
us.
do sing because you sing backup on
I do.
somebody's
Maybe
album,
we can do like a little
correct?
4-part harmony. That's the only way I can't.
Do you guys sing?
I
I can sing.
I'm good.
I'm an alto. I could bring a little
I could do
something.
soprano.
Let's get into why I'm a better boyfriend
Yeah,
for Scarlett.
Sell it. Give us your pitch.
Go,
Why should we like you better than Gunner?
I didn't want you to ask me that question.
You asked for it.
It's an uphill climb. I'm not gonna lie. They have a ton of history together. They have amazing chemistry together, and that will never go away.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So if all I do is provide a vehicle for some more drama into future episodes and seasons like that, that's mission accomplished for me,
You know what I
right?
can help you out with?
You know?
How about this one? He dated her best friend and he pushed her to the side for so long. How
Yeah.
about you will always make her your #1 priority for
She
her
already
whole
is.
life?
She
No.
already is.
No,
You give
she's
her
not,
roses.
She
because
doesn't wanna
he
be-
has to say he has to tell her bad news, so she can't be.
Yeah,
It's-
unless you can save her
No,
uncle.
Yeah, I would buy that one if he came in and pitched me that one
It's
hard.
never
Like
gonna
that.
happen. I'm sorry. They sing together, and we see what happens with Rayna and Deacon.
It's true. But you know, like they got some good life out of the Teddy, Deacon, Rayna triangle. You know, like that.
And then the Luke, Deacon, Rayna, but eventually she comes back to Deacon. Yeah, you'll definitely
there's a
have
lot
life.
to mine there.
I see life.
He could
I
also
don't see the future.
That's okay. That's okay.
He just wants life.
Yeah.
He could also say that she'll never have to deal with Gunner's. What's his name that you love so much? The kid that's gone now.
Yeah, Micah gone for life.
Yeah, she'll never have to deal with Micah.
Yeah, thank God you don't have a Micah.
Too. He doesn't need it. He doesn't
Oh
need
no, Micah's gonna creep back in sometime for him.
No
Vicious
Micah.
panel here.
That's his nephew. He can't just cut him out forever.
Yeah, but nephew, not child.
Yeah. Do you have a niece or nephew?
No.
I could never cut mine out of my life.
No, I'm saying it's not his child.
Okay.
I know, but
I'm just saying
he's gonna
Let's
return.
talk about the
But
doctor.
no, it's fine. There's like some real, you know, I've seen it happen with real bands and real people. Like, you know, there's that connection that they've been through so much together, Scarlett and Gunner. So that's never gonna go away. And I'm not trying to like make that go away.
We know.
So,
Yes, I see it.
I feel like I've kind of convinced you a little bit. She's just not gonna budge. Ever.
I'm in because I had so much fun just watching the episode with you. I'm like, this guy's great. That's, you know.
Yeah. See,
Let's keep him
I'm
on.
on the fence because I didn't like the way he treated her when he was with Zoe. Just, you know.
And just hang on for a little while longer. There's a lot of potential here.
You could provide a more stable lifestyle.
If
got a good
if
job,
only to heighten
stability.
the drama with Gunner.
This is my
it's
one
gonna
thing.
make it more interesting. What here? Hang on. Sorry to interrupt. Well, let's say she gets back with him. Then what?
Then they're gonna get
Then
married.
they run away happily ever after, and then what happens to
No,
the story?
they'll have ups and downs. Look
Then-
at Rayna and
Everybody
Deacon.
has
Then
up
the
and
story's
down.
wrapped up. You can't wrap up the
Then
story.
Gunner gets cancer and you have to save Gunner.
Jesus.
Let's not.
Different
let's
show.
not.
Different show.
This is Grey's Anatomy. I'm sorry, I get confused. Whitney loves
Can we do a
both.
crossover? 'Cause it's
that'd be
both.
good.
That would be, yeah, you should. But I do have to ask you a question. And I just forgot it. So
I have one while you're thinking.
yes.
So to play the doctor, you said you have some doctors in your family.
Yep.
How much research did you do? Did you
Didgeridoo.
They say it
We
fast.
are talking Nashville.
Yeah, I know. All right.
A
Yes.
fair amount. I got lucky because I did a pilot for CBS last year with Jamie Lee Curtis, which was amazing. And I played a doctor, and I got to work with a real med tech in Los Angeles. Do you want me to pause and so you ask your question? Or I'll keep going.
Okay, no, let me just.
Okay, go.
All right.
And we'll pick this up.
So my biggest qualm when we first saw you on screen is you look so young. So how many years have you actually been practicing
I just
medicine?
made the cut because you can go through all the schooling and your residency and all that stuff and be
28, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I bought that
without
one.
revealing how old I actually am in real life, it matches up pretty well.
Okay.
I was surprised because I would have thought the same, but right when we were watching you, my mom had just been in the hospital, and all the doctors came in. I thought the same thing. I'm like, this cannot be her doctor. This is like a kid. He's like, no way.
McSteamies.
Like,
McDreamies.
You know what actually that
didn't see
means?
any of those.
It means we're getting older because people
Yeah.
look too young to us.
Oh.
Don't
You
say
guys
it.
look beautiful. Just
What
saying.
in the world?
Just
What are you doing?
saying.
When you come on our panel, you call us old?
Oh no.
Now you really can't. Team Gunner.
Okay.
I lost my hat on that one.
All right, back to your
That's what that
research.
is. Oh yeah, so for that show last year they paired me up with a real doctor and surgeon and ER doctor, and I learned how to do a few different kinds of stitching and learned all this stuff, and that gave me a lot of the nitty gritty stuff, and then just talking to my dad and other people, asking those questions of so how do you deal with a patient who you have a personal connection to, where do you find that line between personal and professional, and then just some weird hierarchy questions. So how where's the respect and where's the who's the top dog at the hospital, and how does the communication work and all that stuff.
The chief? Is it the chief?
There's the chief medical officer, and then there's the CEO of a hospital, and then there's the chief surgeon.
I thought you watched Grey's.
There's a lot.
I do. That's why chief.
Chief.
Who also serves on the board. Okay.
Oh.
Take that.
I'm gonna call her for my next research.
She'll fill you in.
Yeah, but
That's
I think it's been a
interesting.
good balance of medical and then non-medical storyline. So I've had to do the research,
Yeah.
and but the other stuff is just live. It's just life.
Now, don't you think Caleb's a little aggressive, flying out to surprise Scarlett at a show super soon after they just
Or
meet?
gentlemanly,
Or
chivalrous.
asking her on a date when she's dealing with her uncle having cancer?
Yeah, come
let's
on.
go. I don't know.
She asked me out. You remember that, right?
True story.
She goes, hey, I need someone to talk to.
talk.
Let's go get dinner.
Right.
And that was her attempt at a date. She was being awkward about it. So, look.
As per usual.
Yeah.
That ball's in her court.
So did you just fall for her so quickly, or what happened? I mean, because there you are flying out.
I'm the new kid in town. You know, I moved down from Manhattan. You know, I'm in Nashville. Like that's a crazy transition. I'm hanging out with all these hip, sexy musician people, and I'm just trying to fit in. And
that was real quick, I'm gonna have to say.
Sometimes you just gotta move that fast.
Okay.
No, but it was a lot, and then she can't. I think you gotta slow it down, pump the brakes. She's going through an emotional time.
She's really
she's
like
really
a lot
emotional.
To deal
This
with.
is not.
We are moving at network television pace here. Okay, so there are certain marks we gotta hit.
How did you guys build your chemistry, like offset or before you went into this role?
It was pretty quick and pretty natural. We grew up in kind of a similar sort of small town environment. Hers is a small town in Australia. Mine's a small town in Massachusetts. But like, I don't know, we kind of clicked on a lot of different things. Like I don't know, I can't think of any examples right now, of course, but like we have like similar energies, and like you know, both of us like to be alone at times. Both of us like to joke and be super social at times, and on set it just clicked really, really well.
Did you do a chemistry read?
No, not with her.
Oh.
No, or not with anyone. No,
Really?
I auditioned a couple times.
That was lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky cat.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, this is my 3rd or 4th audition for the show, so
They kind of
it's
knew.
about
Yeah.
time.
So for other roles, you
Yeah.
came in.
Yep, one in for the pilot, one in for a couple others.
And this
went
one
in
for Will.
For Gunnar, I think for Will, I don't know why, I'm forgetting. And then one other character.
Which is why we know he can sing, which he's choosing to
I'd rather
withhold.
play like an instrument or something.
Well, how many instruments do you play?
A couple, 3.
Which
Oh,
ones?
this man of jack of all trades.
She
sitting there.
yeah. She can't handle it.
You're
She can't handle it.
her.
Daphne, right. Yeah. That's a sign that someone respects and likes you, right? 'Cause the one who gives you the most shit. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Piano, I've played for like 20 years, and
Yeah.
drums, and trying to learn guitar and other
That's
stuff.
awesome.
And then you get on a show like Nashville, and you just like, I have to play
Yeah.
all the time. So.
Now I just want like the doctor to like come out of the woodwork and like be the 3rd guy in the
That
band.
might be a little
Are you gonna be in
contrived.
Triple X's?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll be.
He is the one that came up with the band name.
I'm just
They can
saying.
break up, quadruple
I don't know,
X's.
because like I'm outside of that world for Scarlett, so that might just be overload for her and for the fans. It's like, really, does everyone play music on this show?
True.
But I don't know. It could be cute. Like, she taught me how to play something.
That'd be adorable.
That'd be cute.
Right, or maybe
That'd
I
be
try to sing in
adorable.
like a bad voice and for her birthday or something.
Yeah, cute.
Let's finish talking about Deacon so then we can talk more
Yeah.
about your
Yeah.
character. Because I do want to know, when you were talking and doing this research, what did they say? Were people telling you about kind of dealing with someone that you did have a personal relationship with? So like, be honest, but be
Yeah, I think
empathetic.
first and foremost, you have to honor the profession, and you have to keep it real for people, and like you don't want to sugarcoat very much, And so if it's like, look, he has a temperature and he may not get this liver, like you can't really beat around that bush, and you don't want to, because that just drags it out, and then they get confused, and then so you have to be straightforward, whether it's someone you know or not. I think where it really changes, because I think no matter the patient, you should try to. I think doctors around the country are like, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But
It's okay, you can act like
my
you do.
impression is that it shouldn't change patient to patient. I mean, the approach and the goals should be the same. But I think where it's different is inside you as a doctor. If you know that person, then you're like, okay, I'm invested in this on a little higher level, and so maybe just trying to keep it together. It takes a little more effort, and I don't know.
Especially when Scarlett's crying and freaking out.
Yeah. Well, and your colleagues are walking around you, like in that scene that was right in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta walk that line.
Well, and it's also separating business and like I know business and pleasure, and like this world is a little bit different than in other worlds, but that's yeah.
Well, in Grey's Anatomy, aren't they like sleeping with each other
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
But
hospital?
they're all doctors
the
though. They're all
time?
doctors though.
You're right.
Definitely.
They're all doctors. This is a country
Scarlett-
music star and a doctor.
And Scarlett's not my patient, so technically
Yeah.
we're not breaking any
Are there
rules.
not? Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
you just can't be with your patient, right? Is that like
Yeah.
a rule?
Yeah.
That's
well,
a real rule, or is that just like
an unspoken one, maybe?
I don't know. You know all the doctors, man.
Yeah. Well, there's the Hippocratic Oath. I don't think it's in that. That's.
Well, and Maddie's dealing with a lot too, because I mean, it's like they all, Deacon and Rayna's praying at the end, talking about how she's got to be strong. Like, it's just hard because this time it wasn't Deacon. It was like, okay, I know he's feeling a little sick, he has a temperature, but now he's good to go. come to find out the liver isn't fit for him because it could have cancer, or there could be cancer in the liver. Like, he just can't catch a break.
Well, and how frustrating to go under and then you come out thinking
and you're like,
it's over
done.
and you're done, and you're,
I'm alive. I'm going to be living for many more years. I've got my daughter. I've got my woman. And then, nothing happened. It's hard. For all of them.
It was kind of interesting to see them bring religion and prayer into Nashville. We haven't seen it in a while. The most we saw before was with Zoe, because she's obviously I think her father was a preacher. You know, and she grew up singing in the church, and that was a big part of her storyline. So it was interesting to kind of see that prayer was, you know, kind of thrown back into this, especially within, I feel like, music in general. I feel like religion is a big part. And so I enjoyed seeing that and kind of seeing where these people stood, and when they were most vulnerable, who they reached out to and how they reached out, and how, you know, we see Maddie doing it, then we see Rayna doing it. So yeah, it was interesting. It was just a really cool kind of take.
Connie Britton's so good. Did you guys watch Friday Night Lights?
Yes!
Don't even get me started.
Every time I see her just by herself,
jam.
I'm like, that's Coach's wife. You know, and I just want to see Kyle Chandler walk in.
Tammy Taylor.
Oh.
We all want to channel Tammy Taylor.
Yeah, I think with Rayna it was interesting just because she even said, I haven't talked to you for a while. It's been a while since we've talked. So I'd like to see
Do we want to take a call, guys?
Oh, yeah, someone's calling.
We'll take a call.
Fan questions.
Greatest fans on the planet.
I know.
These guys.
Oh my goodness, we have a
Hey,
call.
hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi, who's this?
My name's Ariel.
Hi, Ariel.
What's your question?
So I guess I don't know if you guys have actually already talked about this. I'm calling from the East Coast, over from Miami.
Ooh,
Oh,
you're up.
Legend.
So what I really want to talk about is like how we really saw a lot more development with Daphne in this episode, and like actually getting to see how the whole Deacon and Rayna relationship really impacts her, and like how his disease is really impacting her. So I guess with Maddie, it's like she has Colt to always rely on, and she's so much older, but Daphne's still such a little girl, and you can really see how much this takes a toll on her, that her family's so divided.
Yes, we talked about that at the beginning of the episode, and we agree with you completely. We could kind of see it in her eyes this time, and how she's kind of struggling with being the little child that doesn't really feel like she's fitting in with this other half of her family. So I guess she's kind of going with Teddy now and hoping that she can
leaning on him while
build
she
that.
still can, because we all know he's not going to be lasting too long.
Yeah.
I think it must be hard for the writers too, but they're doing a great job. They have so many storylines to juggle, and sort of like, you know, screen time is so precious. But you know, to dish a little out, I think has been awesome to Daphne and other people, and she was so good. I mean, it's like there's just not enough time for everyone.
She's too cute.
She is.
Absolutely. Ariel, do you have any other questions?
Let me see. Well, I also just wanted to comment, like, I've been watching you guys since the beginning of the season, and I think you're doing an amazing job.
Thank
Just
you.
recapping every episode.
Aw, thank you.
They're hard workers.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
We'll talk to
Thank
you
you
soon.
so much.
Okay, yeah, thanks
Have
for
a good
staying
night,
up late and calling.
Yeah, you have a
I guess
good night
it's
too.
good
Thank you.
morning. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, so sweet.
Love it.
That was awesome.
Yes. So what were
Anything else on Deacon before we?
So much else.
I know, there's so much. There's a lot more on Deacon.
So basically, we just don't have a clue what's going to happen.
I know.
Again,
I know everything.
Please.
You're the doctor.
Actually, that's not entirely true. We shot the finale, so like I know what's happening up to then. But
Yeah.
even there's some I have to say in the finale to another character, and it represented something, but I couldn't know what it meant. Like the writer and the creator was like, I can't tell you what you're actually saying, but you need to say it. And so all I could do was like, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is what I'm saying essentially?
Right.
It was like, that's how much of a cliffhanger it is, because I can't even know what happened.
You're gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna be so angry at you.
Yeah.
You better come in for the finale, because I just gotta.
Maybe.
Oh
Maybe there's
my
a lot.
goodness.
So that's
Oh, maybe
You thought
marinate
tonight
on
was
that
bad,
one.
man.
I kept turning around and be like, "What are you doing?"
leading into season 4. Ooh.
Gotta keep it alive.
Wait,
Well,
how
I
did
did
it? It's officially been picked up, right?
No,
No.
not yet.
We don't know yet.
What were you
Colin?
gonna say? Because you were supposed to originally. Is it true that you were supposed to only be like 3 episodes and it turned into?
Yeah, they said 3. You know, maybe more. We'll see what happens. But the intention, I don't think, was ever for it to be going for this long. But like, you know, again, shout out to the fans. Like the response has been awesome, except maybe for her.
Whitney.
It's not that I hate you. I like the
okay.
character.
It's okay. You're a nice person too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You just want him to lose his job.
Yeah,
so
no,
you're
I
a
get it.
sweetheart.
I get it. But that's been the great thing. It's like there's such strong opinion on both sides of the aisle, and luckily for me, it's been kind of 50-50. It's been
Keeps
really
the drama.
cool. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta
That's what
have
we all want.
both
You don't want a
sides.
non-dramatic drama.
Exactly.
Well, you're very. I would want to keep you around for like not your character. Like you're a very nice person. Everybody. He's a very nice person. So let's keep him employed.
It's all an act. It's all an act.
He's just trying to keep his job going. I see.
Aren't we all?
If the job does end, we want you to join our panel.
Yeah. Can you?
You know what?
Just what you want to do,
I
right?
got nothing else on the calendar.
All right.
Season wrapped. All right, wait. Can we talk about that scene specifically between oh my gosh, Maddie and Deacon when she was like asking him like, can
sobbing.
you please tell me you won't die? Oh my
And
gosh.
he said he can't, which is true, and you have to sometimes say that kind of stuff.
And-
but man, it's heart-wrenching.
Maddie's, her acting skills have she has gotten so good this season and has really had to struggle, like have some tough scenes, some tough kind of material to work with, and she's just, I think, knocked it out of the park.
She has, and like as an actor, you when you get on a show that you really like and really respect, like that can sometimes ruin it. But every day when I've like those scenes that I did with her, they kill it all the time, and like in the moment, doesn't matter if it's take number 10, you're still just like, God, that was so good. and man, all of them, and she's really just crushed it.
So tell us about being
And
on
Deacon.
set and being in Nashville.
It's man, I feel like a broken record because I've told this over and over again to so many people, but I'm like the most obnoxiously grateful person ever, like because it has extended more than I ever could have hoped for. And Nashville is an awesome town. It's this booming town. It's like it's been booming for a while, I think, but like a lot of great young energy and this huge food scene, and the music is legendary, and you know hasn't changed. It's still that good, you know. And so for me to hop onto this hit show has been crazy. It's like I entered this whirlwind and I'm just hanging on, you know. But the response has been amazing. The locals all in Nashville are so supportive. I mean, the show really has kind of changed the town, and you always worry that's like that can be risky, you know. That can maybe have some negative effects, but all in all, I think the support's been great, and so joining that huge community has been amazing. It's like this big small town, you know.
Well, how was it coming in with a cast that's already kind of been with each other?
Yeah, super intimidating. My first day of shooting, I was tripping over my lines like nobody's business, and like I'm good with memorizing. I can memorize a ton of stuff, but like I was just so nervous because you're a guest. You know, you're a guest star. You want to make people happy. You want to do well. You want to be asked back for more episodes. And God, I was so nervous. And it was these people that I knew and had seen in this hit show, and was like, oh God, now it's me with you. Like
Tammy Taylor.
Yeah, Tammy Taylor, and Chip. I mean, man, you guys remember whose line is it anyway? Come on now.
I hear he has a nickname for you.
Dr. Doom. Because tonight, you know.
You were. That is a great, yes.
It's up and down. It's up and down. It's like, great news. I'm just joking. There's some really terrible news now. But no, we're good. We're actually, no, we're not good anymore. It's like, it's a lot up and down.
Dr. Doom in the house tonight.
Literally every time he sees me on set, he's like, hey, he doesn't even, I don't even know if he knows my name.
Yeah, that's probably
So Chip S. and I'm Nick.
Nice to meet you.
He calls me Dr. Doom.
Aw, is he like the nicest? Please just like paint Deacon like the nicest human.
I couldn't not. I mean, he is such a charmer, and so talented, and always ready to play. Like he really has that energy of like, you know, no matter what the scene is, he's just ready to rock. And is the sweetest, has the sweetest family.
Yeah. Who's the funny guy on set or girl?
I think Chris Carmack's pretty funny. And Chip gets everyone laughing all the time. I would say it's a kind of a toss-up, and you know, those are the only guys I've really worked with, but it's a toss-up between those two.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Who's kind of your favorite person to, I guess, have a scene with?
God,
I know that's a hard question, but like, or what has been your favorite scene to shoot? I'll say that. What has been your favorite scene to shoot?
Ooh. Probably one of my favorites was that first Triple X's concert when I'm standing in the audience and she's up there singing. It was a real cool combination of like being at an actual live show,
Yeah.
but having it be all, you know, like hundreds of extras and this huge like show and stage that they had built. And it was like, I don't know, it was one of the more real moments for me, because it was like staring up at Claire and having this sort of surreal moment of like, geez, I'm on this show and here we are filming this huge scene and we're having this moment and I'm that guy she's looking at. It was just very surreal and memorable. I don't know why it's stuck with me a lot.
That's adorable.
There's been a few of those.
I love that.
There have been a few of those,
That's a great scene.
Yeah.
When y'all wrap your 12-hour days, who do you go out for a drink with?
Oh man. Well, we Claire and we've been on. So Claire and Jonathan Jackson and a couple other people from the crew went out and had a great time. Everyone is so busy though; it's nuts. Like they, you know, maybe only shoot a few days out of each episode, but like every hour of every other day is music. Like they're playing, they're rehearsing, they have a gig, they're writing,
They're touring.
they're touring. I mean, all of them come in and saying the same thing. They have like 3 jobs. It's crazy. So I've actually had to, you know, met a lot of cool locals. So shout out to the Nashville locals that I've run into.
Where's your favorite place to
bars
go?
and restaurants.
Yeah, where do you go?
I love this restaurant, Rolf and Daughters. It's delicious. There's a new one called Butchertown Hall, which is fantastic. What's another go-to? I really like Merchants, which is right on downtown, and they have an incredible grilled cheese and tomato soup. They have some, maybe the best chicken wings I've ever had in my entire life.
Merchants?
I
wonder if that's where I went.
It's a spot. It's
downtown.
busy.
Is it
All
on
of these
Broadway?
places you need to call way ahead.
I think I went there.
Yeah. But just gorgeous. And then there's some real local joints. Like I go to the Station Inn, which is this like old bluegrass joint, which is just super home. I'm always trying to find like the old Nashville vibe too, because there's a lot of new Nashville.
Which is fun.
So you gotta find the old stuff too.
So tell us about the rap party. How much fun was that?
So much drama. No.
We all
I just knew it. No, there was no drama. There was none, but there was an incredible fireworks show.
Really?
Fireworks?
I don't know who paid for it. I don't know if it was just for the show or
Thanks,
not.
ABC.
But like we went up to the rooftop and it would like rival the 4th of July show. It was crazy. And Chip and I had this funny moment because I started taking photos of the fireworks, and like we all know that that's kind of a move. Like who cares? Like that never really works out. Those photos.
Right.
And that's, sure enough, I'm like having. So it's me and my fiance and him and his wife, and he just leans over. He's like, "Those photos never come out. What are you doing, man? Like, it's
just enjoy the
stop
moment.
wasting your time, living the moment."
True.
Not 2 minutes later, I turn around. He's taking photos. Maybe he's taking like a selfie. Him and his wife. But, that was a blast.
Are we gonna see? So we're gonna see more of Dr. Caleb,
Dr.
in the
Doom.
future.
Yeah, I like you call him Dr. Caleb, not Dr. Rand, not Caleb. Dr. Caleb.
Dr. Caleb.
I like Dr. Doom. I'm gonna stick with that one.
Yeah, I feel
So-
it sounds like a
and
Marvel character.
Next 3
It is.
episodes for
is it?
sure. Yeah.
I knew that.
Dr. Doom. I think no, he might be
Yeah.
DC. I don't know. Nerds everywhere are gonna
I
come.
could Star Wars with you, but I
I
can't.
could
I
Star
can't do
Wars
the
with you too.
comics. We just
Yeah.
made that a verb, by the way.
We did.
Yeah.
I think
Let's
it's a great
Star
verb. That's
Wars.
Star Wars.
To Star
we
Wars.
should Star Wars
I
after
Star
this.
Wars. We Star Wars.
Yep.
He, she Star Warses.
We're gonna Star Wars all night long.
We've hijacked your show. I'm sorry.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just envisioning your lightsaber that you had out.
They're in my car.
Do we have time? No.
So next 3 episodes, we'll see Dr. Caleb.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be
So
there.
lots of good drama.
Yep. And it's gonna be one heck of a finale.
Excellent. Well,
So
Get
excited.
ready.
Do you get to read the whole script? Did you read the entire finale script?
he knows
Because they didn't just
everything.
give you pieces
Like,
of it.
And he's giving us nothing.
No, I
No,
can't.
we want you guys out there to try to figure out
You
his
wouldn't
little
want me to
coded
because-
message he had for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Who is
All
he
right.
talking?
All
Prediction?
Ready.
News and gossip?
Yeah, let's do that first.
All right.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, just because I love him so much, and we all know that. So Oliver Hudson was on the talk this week. Love him, but he confessed he has his recent kid was a little girl, and he confessed that him and his wife tried a lot of different things in order to get a girl because they had 2 different boys. I like the fact that he'll just say anything. So he was saying that if it was an HBO show, he would tell them more details about what he and his wife did to get that girl, but he couldn't say it on daytime television.
He is such a, like, he is all about the sex. That's
he talked about growing up, you know, with his family, and just that they were nude all the time, and they're all hippies. They're all nude, and that
Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson.
Exactly, yeah, because they brought up the photo that I, of course, loved, where he's standing over the, you know, canyons with his buns showing. So yeah, he said that his kids see plenty of him nude, and he likes to be nude all the time. So hopefully we'll get invited to his house sometime. Whoa! And the last thing, he did let out a little teaser that he said Jeff continues to do bad things and will do a lot more bad things before the season is over. So looking forward to seeing what these bad things
golden
are.
Heart,
yep.
maybe?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
black heart.
Or not.
Dark.
All right, predictions.
Yep, let's go to predictions.
You have one?
Okay. I think I have one.
TV prediction.
Okay, I know we said this a while ago, and especially after today's little liver transplant. After that all didn't.
This is no little thing.
After that all didn't work out, I definitely think that the liver for Deacon will come, but I think it's definitely going to be from a character that we know, whether it be Luke or
it's Teddy still. I hope
or Teddy. I think it's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be a huge kind of deal that it happened. I don't know. I was thinking it was Teddy for a while, but after this episode and kind of Luke's speech to Teddy about it, I think it could be Luke, and it could be Luke kind of stepping up. And I also think
But you're assuming there's a liver.
there's absolutely a
Deacon
liver.
ain't
This
dying.
is
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm still on board with yours because I think Teddy's whole situation is going to blow up, and he's going to be like
And
hated
Daphne
and mad
needs
and
to feel
like,
a part of the family, and this is
Exactly.
his way to kind of give
everybody
Yeah,
together.
I still hope it's Teddy, just because, or at least someone that hasn't always had the best relationship with Deacon, and then they step up for him. But Teddy makes the most sense to me because he wants his family to be together, especially if he's stuck in prison.
I think Jade St. Clair is really going to screw over Luke. I think he's about to get a heartbroken, like, super bad again, and it's going to be a lot for him to handle. I think he's going to go a little cray. And
She used my word, you guys.
Yep.
cry. I know. I use that all the time.
Drink
you
up,
make
drink
up
up,
that word?
people.
No.
I use it a lot.
You're the
Hashtag
one.
cry.
It's our drinking game here at Nashville.
And
AfterBuzz.
I think Daphne is really going to lean on. I know I have so many predictions. I think Daphne is going to really lean on Teddy. Like that's going to be her major support system. She's going to pull away from like the Deacon, Rayna, Maddie situation. And then when Teddy gets in trouble, Daphne's going to be absolutely devastated. And I think we're going to see Daphne go to a really dark place, unfortunately.
I don't
That's
know.
what I think.
I'm
Drama.
done.
Drama.
I just think Jess got some stuff up his sleeve with Jade. I can't wait for that.
Agree. Anything you can tease us?
I know so many things. It wouldn't be a prediction. It would just be a
Tease.
spoiler.
All right, we won't.
Well,
get you in trouble.
I mean, I stick around for at least a
So,
few more episodes.
Gunnar and
so,
Scarlett ain't
so
together.
we're, right. There's your.
There it
you
is.
go. Not yet.
Okay.
Oh.
All right,
Yet.
well, I'm just going to cut us off because it's late, and I agree with you ladies. So where can everybody follow you guys at again?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Keetin Marchi.
Twitter and Instagram at Southern_wit.
Twitter at Nick Jandl. Instagram Nick_Jandl.
And you have the cutest yoga dog on your Instagram, right?
Oh, yoga dog.
You
I have
other
a
positions?
dog. Oh
Yoga,
yeah.
like,
Oh,
you
good
fish-
call. It's not my dog. It's a friend's dog. But that is a gorgeous dog.
Yeah, pretty. Okay. Anyway, you can follow me at JJ Jurgens on Twitter, JurgensJJ on Instagram, and at my blog at tomgirl.tv. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Yay!
Thanks, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz y'all later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.